So today, we're going to talk a little bit more about the unseen side of flooring industry business. It's very interesting to me. And also, I'm quite sure that most of you may not fully understand about the many challenges as well as the issues and also funny stories that come up in this industry. So Mr. Jerry Goh is more experienced with the aluminum floor mat as well as the EPDM side of products. And today you'll share a little bit about the issues he faced on the ground, technical issues, maybe detailing issues, maybe on-site coordination issues, as well as certain stories that can share a little bit more with us today. So we talk about aluminum floor mats, right? So I'm sure you guys see like in the malls, at the entrances, there's all these floor mats. Some of the issues that we face could be like, when you place the interfacing between your different floor finishes from the entrance and the outdoor. So I think when I talked to you just now, you share a little bit about the some concerns that the architects may have about this entrance floor mats. Could you share a little bit more about it?
Okay. Usually they more concerned about whether if there's a recess well, if the water accumulated there or flow inside, how to clear about it. Okay, so usually we will propose that probably you have to do a drainage to drain out to the nearest outlet. Okay, and usually they will ask me question that, let's say at level 1 entrance, and if heavy rain, the water spreads in, or the water went into the well. But usually I told them unlikely, because usually inside the door, inside will be higher than outside. The water will be flow out instead of flowing in. Yeah.
Yeah, so we talk about this recess well, right? What is it exactly?
Okay, the recess well is to cater for the aluminum to sit on it. Okay, we are called this one called recess mounted aluminum mat. So that, okay, the purpose of do this recess well is so that the mat will be flush with the tiling, and there won't be any tripping hazard. Yeah, that's the purpose of the recess well. Yeah.
So this recess well is very important, right? So I think for anything to take note of in terms of this provision.
Okay, so the recess well will come with the framing. Okay, so usually have to cater the right depth. Because if you have a 20 mm aluminum mat, you cannot just do 15 mm. Then the mat will be higher than the flooring. Then there will be a tripping hazard.
So you're thinking about for main contractors, between the main con as well as the flooring installer, there needs to be a proper recess. So it's about 20 mm, right? In total?
In total,
So that there'll be a structural floor level, then there's also a recess, right?
it depends on which thickness of the aluminum mat you are using. Yeah, so you have to base on the respective mat thickness.
So is it dependent on the size? So the bigger the mat, the deeper it is, or is it different?
Oh, no. Okay. The mat thickness is fixed. Aluminum mat can do whatever length. Okay. So usually the aluminum mat come in. Okay, the aluminum itself probably maximum is about 6 meter, 20 feet. So usually we will not recommend to do one whole piece in 6 meter, mainly because it's very heavy. Yeah, it's very difficult for the cleaner or whoever who want to clean the mat to handle it. It's quite heavy. So usually will depends on the entrance, the size. For example, double sliding door is about 2 meter, 2.4. So you can put one piece. Some probably if there's two sliding door and two single door, the way it come out will be 5 or 6 meter. Usually we will recommend to split into section. Maybe center the double swing door, double sliding door, there's one piece, then the single door, left and right, another piece.
Right, so it depends on the door, but I mean, you were saying that maximum 2.2 meters lah. About there.
No, you can do 4 meters.
Oh, 4 meters maximum. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or you can do 6 meters, but it's very difficult
To maintain. Yeah, so Mr. Goh, you also understand a little bit more about EPDM. Yeah, so EPDM is a very common material you see in playgrounds or like even in the gym, right? And also gym, not really. Gym is not epoxy.
Gym is using EPDM rubber tile.
Oh, a bit different, but it's still be EPDM, but yeah, but outdoor fitness corners, outdoor playgrounds, that's the very commonly seen EPDM surface, but there's also EPDM tiles used in gyms that can be easily removable, right?
Yes,
And there's a difference between the two, just for you to take note. And also, I heard about a story you want to share about EPDMs, like a funny story that one of the designers wanted to do, something to do with ceiling.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we came across one architect designer. They want to do EPDM to hang on the ceiling.
Oh, ceiling.
Yeah, hang on the ceiling.
Okay.
Of course, we told them we have not tried before. Of course, if there is some opportunity, we are willing to try. Yeah, we are more willing to try. And how we going to do is probably we have to use the the plywood, the plywood as a base. Then we do cast the EPDM on the plywood. Then after that, they have to find a way to hang out.
Oh, so it's like, okay, so we put the ceiling. I think maybe this architect designer want to do like a continuous like EPDM surface kind of thing. Indoor play area, right?
Indoor play area.
Yeah, so it could be possible to do a plywood ceiling panel, and then you do the surface for preparation for the EPDM.
Yeah.
That could work. But in the end, no comeback.
No, didn't come back to us. Probably they dropped the idea, or probably
Too expensive.
probably yes.
Oh, it's a bit expensive, right? Because it's a new method of application.
No, actually the price itself is really not cheap.
But like in terms of like floor application and ceiling application, slightly different, right?
Slightly different. Ceiling, but of course, there's a work and height issue. Yeah, because work and height usually must have the worker must have those with the have to go and on course for work and height courses. Yeah, then able to do the job. Yeah,
It's very interesting because for myself, I do BTO projects at HDB. So I also understand Bandar Jurong. So HDB is my client. But anyway, we do a lot of outdoor fitness corners and playgrounds with EPDM. So one of the most commonly like missed out detail is the drainage. And then, for example, if I also seen some drawings there's like a scupper drain in the EPDM area, which is very weird. So it depends on how you detail it, but one of the main priorities is to make sure that firstly is your EPDM is safe. Safety. So I think you said some stories about impact tests. Yeah.
Yeah. So usually for playground, for the EPDM flooring, we have to go for the impact test. That means depend on the playground equipment, the height, and based on the height, we have to do the certain thickness of the EPDM flooring.
It's a very interesting point because you talk about the height. So let's say the playground is a super high playground, then it corresponds to the thickness of the EPDM.
Yes.
Oh, it's a very interesting point. Because sometimes we don't, maybe the main core may not anticipate the correct recess they need to provide for your EPDM based on the playground or the fitness corner.
So probably when new project, usually I think the architect or the designer have to let us know what is the thickness to be installed.
So like those playgrounds are super big and super high, like me 2-story kind. That one is
won't be
requires
so high. Yeah, won't be so high. Yeah, usually about 2 meter or 2.5 meter.
So what's the maximum thickness you need for like those? Usually 2 meters lah. What's the maximum playground, right?
2 meter usually probably have to do 150 mm.
Yeah. Okay. So the main core is to provide the recess properly lah. I remember 150 mm, then plus the mesh around the perimeter so that the drainage cast to fall.
Yes.
So this kind of things, must cast to fall. Then make sure that the water don't clog up within the RC slab itself.
Yes.
So this type of interfacing and also coordination, especially in the main core and in the installer, right, is very important as well.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
So do you think that if the designer came back to you for the ceiling EPDM, it's technically feasible, right?
Feasible.
But never done for.
I have discussed with my team. It's workable lah. Of course have to do some mock-up testing. Yeah.
So if but anywhere in the world has anyone done EPDM on the surface ceiling?
No.
Okay. So you're willing to try, but not sure. But you definitely do the mock-up lah and also testing lah.
Yeah. Actually, we did the EPDM on the wall, but it's only probably 1 meter high only.
Oh, like this height.
1 meter.
Okay. How do you?
Because they worry that children might knock on the wall.
Right.
Yeah.
Mm.
So how we do is we have to precast in piece by piece, then we glue on it. Yeah, precast. You have to precast. Glue on it.
It's very interesting. Yeah. So I never thought about it. Like you have to do it like one piece at a time. Yeah.
Because
Especially for a wall lah.
yeah, especially for the wall. The floor is
So
straight.
it's not easy. Yeah. It's just
Yeah, floor
like
is-
yeah.
Yes,
But for a
correct.
wall is a vertical surface, so it's a different procedure and method.
Yeah.
Likewise for the top also. Ceiling.
yes.
Yeah.
You're right.
So like the capacity actually increases when you go from the floor to wall to ceiling. So it's very interesting. And yeah, thanks for sharing that. Yeah. And then any other funny things about on site that you feel that you need to share today? Any funny stories that you share today?
No, there's no funny story because designer will come up with different design. Yeah, probably they want to do like a river. Yeah, then they have a star with some like a border, white color border. Yeah. Recently we did once. Probably I can share with you the.
Yeah. So we put a photo somewhere here, maybe upstairs.
Okay, can, yeah.
So will you think that so what would be the highlight, like the best time that you had so far? You've been here for 5 years, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so any highlights of your career so far? Like anything interesting?
Uh,
Like any like project that you feel like, wow, I feel so proud about this, like this flooring thing that I've done for you, or the mat I've done for you.
oh, okay. Basically, every job I did, I'm proud with it because because when we do something that if the client is happy, the designer architect is happy, I think that's the most important.
That's right.
Then we have to do a good job to show people so that we can do more business with them.
I will suppose that for you all is every project is important. Like it's super important because you need one client to be happy with the product and happy with the installation, happy with the result. Then you'll refer it to another client, refer it to another project. This is an ongoing client relationship. That's also, I mean, for architects, it's also been very important to have the soft skill to work with the clients. So you need to understand their needs and wants. Make sure that your project brief is met and your objective is met. So it's quite similar in terms of that. But yeah, I also see this transferable skills like negotiation, like need to communicate with the client, need to plan properly your timeline, schedule. So it's all this I see is in common with architects as well as also the flooring specialists.
So when it comes to job site, there's any issue, we have to think a way to how to solve it and propose to the contractor, designer, architect, how to make it nicer.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's most important.
Sometimes we there's also expectations versus reality, right? Sometimes you expect certain things to look a certain way, but in reality, when you do it, like, especially with funny shapes like curves or
Right.
like when you do your entrance mat, if you do a curve, then what's the implication of that? If your entrance mat is curved, there's some potential safety risk, right? Yeah.
Correct. Yeah, because aluminum mat is come in individual check rail. So you cut round, you can cut round, but there might have some sharp angle that is probably people might kick it and injure their leg. Yeah.
But it's done before, right? Like you have done it before.
I done before.
Yeah, because most commonly when you see at the entrances of like malls or even like office buildings, right? The entrance mats usually is rectangular.
Correct.
But when you're talking about curve, like I never really seen. Maybe I've seen a few overseas.
Yeah,
But
some they come in curve shape, some come in triangle shape. Yeah.
do you recall where's the curve one in Singapore? Can we see it?
I need to think.
I think we'll put somewhere in the photos or the description where this particular curve entrance mat is. I also want to see myself, see how it looks like. And because I've never really seen like a curve entrance mat before. This is an interesting thing to note. And the potential, like how you treat like the edges such that it doesn't cut and trip people over when they walk through. So let me think about what. So I also wanted to talk about the interfacing between materials. I understand that from flooring materials, right, when you interface between two materials, there's certain considerations to be made. So maybe you can share a little bit more about that.
Yeah. Okay. Some project probably they are using two different type of floor finish and the thickness is different.
Yeah.
So sometimes main com might might only do one-time screening and cater for two flooring material. So what we do is probably, if let's say my thing is thinner, for example, let's say the carpet is about 6 mm, and the vinyl probably is 3 mm. So there'll be a 3 mm difference. Of course, there will be a stainless steel termination in between the two products.
Yeah.
But because of the thickness of the floor finish different, so usually we will top up some cement at the edge of the stainless steel to make these two product flush. Yeah.
So all this upfront coordination is usually between the main con and the flooring installer. But for architects to take note, right? Sometimes this type of coordination takes time, and also you also need to be very clear what the two different materials are. So then after they know the two materials, then they go and work out the coordination, the interfacing, provide the recess, provide the cement, everything. So make sure that it's totally flushed. So that when you do your TOP inspection, right, you don't find out that certain floor finishes are not, there's a curb or there's like a drop, then there's a bare free access issue, that kind of thing. So this type of things we don't really think about as architects, but when you work on site, all these implications, right, and this upfront coordination is very important between the flooring specialist as well as the main con. So it results in a super nice, and flat, access. Then there's no complaints, there's no non-compliance to BCA's bare free access, that kind of thing. So that the type of different things that sometimes we don't appreciate, which is I also appreciate you guys like for doing a good job in terms of providing the proper floor finishes and the proper installations, such that the project can be successful and also durable and easy to maintain over long run. Yeah. Any parting words you want to share to architects or to the people watching this at large?
I think you don't have.
This is really off the cuff, by the way. So, and I think Mr. Jerry is very shared a lot of interesting things in this episode. So I'm really thankful for him to come down. So Vix Marketing is a flooring company that you can consider. So maybe I'll just briefly go through what they have. I'm looking at the website right now. So it's like a little like plug-in, So they have like residential flooring, like carpet, vinyl. So I think there'll be some pictures here about the different type of floor finishes they have. Indoor gym flooring, so like you see in your Anytime Fitness gym, there's all these finishes. They also have apart from the entrance mat that you mentioned about just now, epoxy flooring. There's also the interlocking PP tiles, homogeneous tiles, and also EPDM, outdoor decking, artificial turf, and also all like the simple base products like the cement screed, self-leveling, that kind of thing. So it's very a wide range of products that they have. So if you're interested, you can see vixmarketing.com.sg. So thank you so much to Mr. Jerry for coming down today. And thank you so much for listening. Yeah, have a good day.